Welcome our dear viewer. This is Mina Press where we take you through the analysis that is politically and today we are going through our political, that is how they are shifting into the popularity now among the youth. And moving straight to our first graph, we can see the popularity of Kenyan political parties, general overview across all the regions in our country, Kenya. And starting with here, I have now the x-axis where we have the political parties, and in my y-axis we see the how now these political parties are rated into percentage. And starting with, that is the UDA, which is led by our own president, that is William Ruto, and it is the leading one with a higher percentage, which is 40%. And it shows that it has a major popularity in across all our regions in our country, Kenya. And followed by, it is a ODM, which was led by our late now Raila Amolo Odinga, and it has a higher amount, that is 30%, and followed by Jubilee, which was led by our former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and still it is on the lane with a 10%. And now followed by the Wiper, which is led by the leader from Cumberland, who is well known as Kalonzo, which has a percentage of 7%, 8% there between, and followed by DCP, which is now the new party in our country, Kenya, which is which is the one standing as the only opposition party now, led by Gachagua, which has a higher percent, which has a number of 5%, that is popularity across all the regions. And now our that is KANU, which has been the party all along ever since independence, which is led by the son to our second president, that is Mzee Moi, and now the son called Daniel Moi, and it has a percentage of 4% there between. And now our last, it is which they have a tie, it is NAK Kenya, which is led by our own mother, that is Mother Karua from Kirinyaga County. And now that is the graph of now the popularity in Kenya. And now moving straight forward to now how now we are talking about youth. Now let's look how the estimated youth political parties is supported now by regions. Now here we are looking, now we are diving deep into the regions now, and that is now in my y-x-axis. Now we can see now how regions they are. We have the Nairobi Central, we have the Rift Valley, all the way to Nyanza, Western, Eastern Coast, and there at my far end I can see the Northeastern region. And in my y-axis I can see now how they are rated into percentage, and I'll take you one on one. Now straight to Nairobi. And Nairobi, the UDA party, it shows that it is the one which is dominant in the Nairobi County, whereby it is leading with a 30% in Nairobi, followed by the ODM, which has a percentage of 20%. And now here the green margin here, it is the KANU, which is still, it has a say in Nairobi County, which has a percentage of 10%. And now the rest, which is the Gen Z movement, which they have not yet come up with a party, but still there are other local parties, so they have the rest percentage. And now straight to the central, where we can see that the UDA party is the dominant here, which has a greatest percentage with 60% in the central region. And still the ODM ain't left behind, since we can see that it has a percentage of 30%. And now the KANU, which we said it is led by the Daniel Moi, it has a say of 10%. Now the affiliated now, which are the Gen Z movement, still they have their own percentage there. And now moving straight to Rift Valley, we are seeing that now the UDA, that is led by our own president, it has a percentage of 50%. Rift Valley, we have to understand that Rift Valley, it is a place where now our president comes from, and it has a 50%. Now the rest is the ODM, which has a 20%, and the youth and the KANU, which has 10%. Then Nyanza, where our late, that is Raila Odinga, comes from. So we all expect that here it is whereby now he carries the most percentage, and we see that UDA has the least, which is 10%, and the ODM carries the most percentage, which is 65% of it, and now the least money minimum is the KANU. Our dear listener, I believe that we have been able to picture out how our political parties have dominated across the regions, and I have been your host, Bryce Motugi, and this is Minap Press.